All right, friends, welcome to the channel. Always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. We got another barn burner report, a front lines heat map and temperature check of the housing market. Well, why would we want a heat map and temperature check the housing market? Well, I don't know. Maybe because it's the biggest asset class in the world, capable of collapsing the whole economy, the whole global economy. In 2008, we lost the housing market, my friends, and it almost crashed the global economy. We had to do some significant bailouts indeed, and make no mistake about this one, my friends. We are, in fact, not only in another bubble, a super bubble, the biggest bubble ever recorded in world history. And man, the black swan swirling around out there. There's only one schematic, one data point left that's propping this one up. It's clearly inventory, a lack of it. That is it. Everything else points to a downturn knocking at the door. In fact, many areas are already recording a reverse course. I've shown you plenty of areas that do that. We're going to make smart choices moving forward, friends. Listen, my job as an active real estate agent, owns and operates residential and commercial real estate, does many leasings, property management, buy, sell, do it all. And I just came to YouTube and I said, this thing doesn't pass the smell test. The dust is going to settle. There will be blowback, and we're going to pay the piper for kicking the can down the road. We came to the party too late with interest rate hikes, and now we're in a big mess, friends. Like, make no mistake about it. Like, this goes really deep. Social, economical, political, take your pick. Throw a dart at a challenge map. We're hitting something threatening all three of those demographics. But right now, we have to really monitor the health and the fitness of the U.S. housing market. Because like I said, if we lose it, we will lose everything. It's the biggest investment you make. It's the biggest investment class there is. And we had a lot of foreign and domestic investors pour into this money. A lot of things that I'm seeing now, I've talked to many of you, we're seeing a lot of stuff continue to get bought up at the height. A lot of sometimes institutional or just people with way too much money. They just want to get it out of the banks. They'll just sink it into real estate, even if it's losing value, because they have write-offs and can do a lot of things to carry a property. They just want to store their wealth. Storage of wealth is the name of the game. That's why we have a great partnership with Noble Gold Investments, where we can back our money with gold, which is where we really need to get the whole system back to. But today we're going to talk a little bit about solar. Solar is now, and I'm going to show you an email that's in my personal email feed here in my local market, and this is happening all over because there's a huge push for solar. Companies were incentivizing you, talking you to do solar. But here's the challenge. If you don't own that system, guess what it's doing to you? It owns you. If you don't own your solar system outright and you're leasing it, you don't own it. It owns you in a bigger way now. We are seeing some sketchy things now happening. Just one more, like this is just another needle on the haystack of potential things that are threatening the housing market right now. And like I was going to say, there's only one thing left at the moment. It's clearly inventory, supply and demand. All the cheerleading channels that you may or may not watch all lean on supply and demand. This time is different. A lot of different things going on out there, friends. This time is different. It's just clearly worse, bigger bubble, bigger blowback. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this stuff out. What goes up must come down, and we are going to see this market get equalized. I found this rather alarming as I saw an internal email in the $1 Million District of somebody asking a pretty curious question. We're going to read between the lines and look between the cracks on this one and see if there's anything there or nothing to see here. Let's go ahead and roll that email and what's going on with the real estate market and solar. Meet back here, wrap this one up. Let's get started. All right, friends, let's take a look at this email that's coming in my local MLS, and this is probably happening all over the country as we speak behind closed doors. Good afternoon, agents. I have a client who's going to be selling their property in the near future and feels it'd be better to pay off the 25-year remainder of their Sunrun lease rather than have the buyer or new owner assume the lease. Has any one of your clients had any recent experience in negotiating a lease payoff with Sunrun solar panel systems? If so, any input or info regarding the process would be greatly appreciated. Thank you in advance, Jamie. Well, this doesn't sound good. Let's get back to the studio so we can wrap this one up. All right, friends, welcome back. So there you go. What we're seeing, my friends, is people are now like, hey, Like what I really see here is somebody selling. So it's getting harder and harder to sell your house if you have to assume a lease for the solar on top of it or pay it off. So now people are like, I can't get my house sold because this stupid solar system that I let somebody talk me into a lease, which is probably a huge percentage of all solar panels are leased. Not many people probably own them, but this is starting to discourage people because they're like, I don't want to take over this lease. So these people are like, should we pay it off? Does anybody have, because you're going to pay. If you go to the solar company and say, hey, I want out of this, and they're like, yeah, you can pay it off, but there's a prepayment. This is your cost. That is a massive, if there's a 30-year or whatever, 20-year lease, and you're trying to buy that lease out, wow, that could be hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on the size of the home and the type of system that's on the roof. This is now handicapping your house is the challenge. And we've already talked about insurance companies now aren't insuring homes anymore if you slapped solar up on top of your house. Some of these situations, you might have to jerk the solar all the way off, pay for it first, buy out of your lease, and then pull it all the way off because it might be uninsurable because insurance companies are like, hey, you compromised the integrity of your house by putting solar on a house that was built pre-solar. It wasn't designed for solar. There's no reinforcement on the roof to support the solar, even though structural engineers may have said it was so. We're saying we don't want to insure this property, and if we do, you're going to pay a premium for it. And final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understand, friends, the biggest artificially created housing bubble ever produced in world history might have a little blowback in many, many different ways and forms. Today we had a conversation about what in fact is going on out there. Actual emails from real live boots on the ground agents now handicapped by a home that they want to sell because the solar is leased. People are shying away from assuming additional expenses. You've got now a anchor on your house. You don't own your solar. It owns you. That's their plan. And this is happening all over America. I'll be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there. Along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.